أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم من جديد مع برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي. كما عودناكم في كل أسبوع نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات قصة نجاح أتتنا إلى الدولة منذ عام 1977. Mr. Saleem, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are so lucky to be here with you in your company. Our team said to you, welcome in our program.
Pleasure being there. Thank you for inviting us.
And we would like to know about yourself. Who's Mr. Saleem when he came to this country at the first time and what he's doing at this moment?
I'm Saleem Ahmad. I'm from Hyderabad, India. I was in States studying, and in 1977 I was going home for a visit. My brother had settled here a couple of months earlier and wanted me to stop by, see the place. I did visit, went back home to India, and on my way back, since my ticket was again for here via Dubai, I stopped by, spent a couple of days. Something attracted me in this place, and I decided to work for a few years, took up a job in the construction machinery business, worked with them for 7.5 years. Then I wanted to venture out and start my own business, providing service which was lacking from the dealers. The dealers were only interested in selling the plant equipment, did not have the infrastructure to service them.
Let's go back to 1977 when you come to this country at the first time. How was your first day in this country?
Quite exciting. It was totally different. You walked out of the airport. It was a feeling. It was summer. It was hot. Kind of a mixed feeling. I don't know where I was.
If we will talk about that age or that time, so desert everywhere, so you come from US and then you find yourself in the desert. So how you take your decision, or do you feel in love or fall in love with UAE that time?
I can't say it was love, but it was something that attracted me. I felt my roots. I felt something common. I felt the hospitality of the people around. Everybody was so friendly, which was where I was in States.
That time it was still young boy, UAE still tried to grow and the construction started coming. Not that much fast, but start coming that time, 1970s. So easy for you to find a job in this country that time?
To be honest, it was very easy for me to find a job because I had an American driving license, and that helped me come up in the list for interview. First, before any other qualification, they were looking for a person with a driving license.
So you start working for 7.5 years, then you start or take your decision to open your own company.
Yes.
7.5 years. It was enough for you to understand what's going around in UAE?
I was very deeply involved in the industry development in terms of selling construction machines, in terms of selling material handling equipment. And I saw the growth, and especially what inspired me was the Jebel Ali port, which just started the construction by end of 1977. And when I saw the plans, and it was huge, it was massive. Nobody just builds a port like that without any plans. and Sheikh Rashid's vision was something that inspired me.
In Sheikh Muhammad's book, My Story, he was talking about the meeting with Sheikh Rashid in the municipality of Dubai. And that time, they was looking for the people who are intelligent, who are clever, that's to give them a position. The technique of your company, how did you start it? It was relative for their idea, or you have your own idea?
At that point, the services that I was going to be offering was not directly related to them, but once the port was ready, yes, it was directly related to them for the batteries that I would be selling to them. And services I would not. And also, when I moved out from the company that I was working, a couple of agencies from that company moved out to me, and which were related to the port operations.
Battery energy, the soul for electronic or mechanic. So you start with batteries, which year? Same
1985. I started with batteries and the service, both.
When we talk about 2000, that time it was the booming time in UAE. So you are living here and your company have 15 years in this country. So everyone knew you. How was the booming time for you?
Booming time was quite exciting in the sense that we were also, in between there was a transition in the company where from just being service provider for the small forklifts and the batteries, we got an opportunity for spare parts business. One of a friend of mine or a customer from the previous company by name Paul Spencer, who was working as a contractor for a company to serve Yemen oil company. They were based in Trade Center, and he had some problems getting spare parts for the Caterpillar machines to service and send to Yemen. Over lunch, we talked about, and he said, Saleem, why don't you get me another source? I don't want to deal with the dealer here, because they were a little bit arrogant, and he didn't like it. And that gave me an opportunity to search, and we saw a demand and market, because the dealers were not really that much capable. And we could find the source with which we could serve the industry with much lower price and a better quality, or quality equivalent to what the OEM sell. And that opened a totally new avenue. So we concentrated on that, and that is how it increased.
Mr. Saleem, when I talk about trading business, so I need to talk about many parts. The most important part, the after sales services. That's everyone looking for it. So to build your name in the market, you need to be honest, and the product that you have it, not need to fix it again during the warranty. How you keep this level with your quality and the equipment you have it?
Initially, it was not big of a challenge because the customers were really having problem getting the supplies, and we just concentrated on the major items from the sources that the OEM buys. So it was very easy for us to convince the customer to buy, because they could compare the product that we were offering to what they were buying from the dealer. Eventually we increased the line, but in this industry, no matter what you have got, you can never have 100%, because you never know what is going to break down. But having the right part at the right price to fix the machine, which is costing the customer, was important. And in those days, there was no system, automated system, that would allow you to cater to that need. What we did was, the first thing, we developed in-house software. And this started in 1989, when others didn't have it. So we invested in people and developed our own software, which allowed us to control thousands and thousands of parts which we had with us, or the suppliers had it, their inventory was in our system. They used to send the disk every week, so we would just place an order. We would not go back and forth asking for price and availability. And we could tell the customer, I can get you in 3 days, 5 days, whatever, based on the weights. That separated us from the others.
The level of batteries, it was so many levels. The most I will talk about was the acid one and carbon and the lithium that we lost of it. How the levels come to your company with this?
The first we started with only lead acid batteries. As things developed in the last few years, the lithium and all has come in. Lithium batteries are expensive. It's a one-time investment for X number of years. Lead acid batteries need maintenance. And slowly, industry is moving to lithium, but it's going to take a long time.
But now everyone talking about sustainability and go green, and we need to find a product that will be green. Do you have any product with sustainability?
At the moment, it's only the lithium that we are talking about. But again, lithium has got its own problem, disposable. They still have not found how to dispose them of.
2009, it was hard for everyone in the world. Many bank or central bank, they closed because the crisis in the world. So what that time affect your company?
To be honest enough, every recessions, our company has done well because people were looking at reducing the cost. And that's where we had the product at the right price, at the right place to serve them. People had constraint on their expenses and we could save them the money, and we did very well in all the time the recessions were there. Even during the pandemic, we were able to provide the service.
During these years, now we are talking about the company that have more than 100 employees, and you know almost all of your employees. It's hard, I think, but how you can find time for your home and for your employees and for yourself and for the market?
See, with the electronic, you don't have to find time, it finds you. Most of the time I'm working through the system. I go around meeting people. Whenever they want to see me, they can come and see me. And when a new employee joins a company, he sits with me and then talks to me. We get to know each other and we keep in touch.
You did mention they are employees or we are father, we say we are friends.
We are friends and we are family.
How you can build a friends with your employees?
By giving them the confidence that you have got any issues, any problem, come to me. And this door is always open.
Mr. Saleem, when we talk about the character of you, so always there is someone who affected you first. So who's the one who built your character and give you the right advices at the beginning of your life?
That's what my father.
What he advised?
Be human. Like, for instance, I'll tell you of an incident. He said, if you have got some money in your pocket, but you find a person in front of you, you think he's in need, that money is not yours, it is his. And that's what has impacted my life. Don't even think it's yours.
And now Mr. Saleem, the father, what he say for everyone who coming to this country as an advice before they come to this country, what you will tell for the newcomers?
Have a belief in yourself and the country. What this country provides you is second to none in the world, to be honest. The leaders here care for the people. They provide the environment in which an honest person can survive, take care of his business and his family. The leaders here are so progressive that they keep pace with the development of the private industry, or even do more than what the private industry does, which gives you the confidence to excel and do more than what you can.
DAHBASHI Engineering, this is the company. Why we choose DAHBASHI?
Why we choose DAHBASHI? Because DAHBASHI Engineering was in existence. They were into a different business. When I met Mr. Ali DAHBASHI for the first time, we started as a division, and eventually the other divisions closed down for some reason or the other. So we remained that and we maintained that name, and we are proud of that.
Where is DAHBASHI going after Corona now? Where is your target?
We are looking at expanding into the African market. We're looking in expanding into different countries in the Indian subcontinent. That's the future.
Inshallah. And always in this life, we need to talk about the challenge, because the challenge in the market always have. So how you can be always in the top and never go any step back?
Challenges makes you do more.
صح.
Without that, you are complacent, then you will never develop. You need to keep pace with what is going on in the industry, what is required, and be there when somebody needs you. You cannot sit back and expect what you've done in the past is going to give you results year after year. Life has changed from visiting practically, now doing digitally. Digital business is expanding, so are we. We are training our people to go digital. Our systems are online. People do not have to just visit us or send us inquiry. It's on their desktop.
Always behind the businessman there is a woman, they are saying. Wow.
My wife, my family.
How is she supporting you?
100%.
Taking care of the home or children?
Home, children. She used to work for an hospital also. She's more qualified than I am.
So what the businessman is telling his wife in this interview, so what you would say to her?
Thank you for the support.
And for this country?
Taking care of support and my family. For this country and the leadership, without their blessings and being open and allowing people to develop, we wouldn't have been here. They have always welcomed. One best thing about this country that I can vouch for is that any honest man can come and do business here without being bothered. They don't bother you as long as you do things honestly. They have provided people with the security like a father does it to his children.
Always the people who came to this country before 90s, so they meet the leaders. Have you ever met any one of the leaders before?
Yes, I have had an opportunity of being in the court of Sheikh Rashid. When people just used to visit there, that was in 1978, with the manager that I was working for, and he had access.
Sheikh Rashid and Sheikh Zayed, they are put the first step in this country. Some of Zayed MPV #1. So now, under your company and your name, what you will say for the leaders of this country?
We are blessed to be in this country. The leaders have created an environment in which one can flourish. As I mentioned before, the leaders, the government here is keeping pace or even exceeds the expectation of the businesses in developing. We would like to thank the leaders for their continued support and growth of this country. One feels safe under the leadership and is proud to have their family here without any hindrance.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saleem, spending your time with our team, and welcome again our program. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
في كل إمارة تروح تسندك عقل وروح بر ومدن وجبال حاجة ترد الروح